Hi guys, it's Kayla here. I'm my first week, brand new to the Horoscope 101. I'm officially a member for Sundays. It's very exciting. If you know me from my personal channel, you would probably wonder what the heck am I doing here, since I am definitely not the biggest horror fanatic in the world, but I think that's why I was invited, so that you get a different, I guess, perspective or opinion on the horror movies, which makes this, I guess, a little more interesting. And what you will notice is, as they said before, they do themes, and each week everybody kind of gets together and picks out what they want to do. I will be trying to stay on the lighter side of horror as much as possible. Like, I don't, I just, DVD collector makes fun of me and says that I should just make a video on why I'm a grown adult and I'm afraid of a little ghost story. But honestly, I do like most horror. I probably side with Ross on the slasher type. But really, I'll watch anything. I'll even go see the paranormal possession type movies. I prefer to watch those in the theater, not in my house, but I will do it for this channel because I'm here to have fun, and yeah, everybody has welcomed me so much, so I just want to say thank you for having me here, and thanks for watching me do this. So you guys know it's original versus remake week. Everybody's had their videos up and they were all awesome, and yeah, so I'm just gonna jump right into this. I picked Psycho to do, and yeah, so Psycho is directed by Alfred Hitchcock, and the original is from 1960. And we have Anthony Perkins, he plays Norman Bates. Janet Leigh plays Marion Crane. Vera Miles, she plays Lila Crane, which is Marion's sister. We got John Gavin, he plays Sam Lewis, he's the boyfriend. Martin Balsam, he's Detective Arbogast. And we have Pat Hitchcock, she plays Caroline, the workmate to Marion in the office. And basically the story is Marion Crane steals $40,000 from her boss's client, and she hits the road to find her boyfriend. I think she was just she took the money to help him with some debt, I guess, and along the way she runs into some bad weather, and I guess she misses a turn or something, but she ends up at the Bates Motel, and that's run by Norman Bates. You know, right away when you see his character, I mean, my first feelings was that I felt, well, he seemed like a really nice guy. Very handsome, very sweet, and yeah, so I mean, he was super nice to Marion when she got there, and very host-like. But yeah, so right away she he invites her for dinner, and so she keeps him company for a while until she tells him that she's tired and wants to go back to her room. Later that evening, she gets murdered. And it's the whole famous scene in the shower. Everybody probably knows about that, even me, and I've never watched this original ever. This is my first time, so but that's a very famous thing. And so yeah, so then it just leaves her sister Lila and her boyfriend Sam and the detective, and they kind of all go on a search looking for her. They don't want to go to the police because they kind of want to convince her to bring the money back on her own. But yeah, so it's definitely a classic. There's I mean, just it's beautifully made, very classy. You know, you felt sorry eventually for Norman and his, you know, his, just the way he is. You feel sorry for him, even though he's the bad guy. You feel like, you know, he's battling his own demons, and yeah, and he played it so well, like so well. And I mean, Janet Leigh is just gorgeous anyways, and I know he died, I know she died, and like in real life, which we all probably know. But anyway, so the remake of Psycho, done in 1998, directed by Gus Van Sant. I don't know. I was actually thinking like maybe it'd be okay, because I mean, didn't he do Good Will Hunting and Milk and I don't know, a few others or whatever. I was expecting an okay movie. I didn't realize that I have actually seen this movie until I rewatched it. Actually, I was freaking out because I couldn't find this movie anywhere, and my friend ended up having it on VHS, so we made a day out of it, and she, well, we watched it, and then she looked at me and asked if I wanted to borrow the case of the VHS for this video. I just said no, and so she chucked it in the garbage. That's what she felt about it. And from what I hear, nobody likes the remake. I hear it was a disgrace to Alfred Hitchcock and whatever, but I went in with an open mind. Vince Vaughn plays Norman Bates, Anne Heche plays Marion Crane, Julianne Moore plays Lila. I don't know how to say his first name. Is it Viggo Mortensen plays Sam. William H. Macy, he plays Detective Arbogast. Yeah. And then Rita Wilson plays Caroline. Vince Vaughn came off as like straight up weirdo. Like you just knew he was the psycho. I had no feelings for him. He was just kind of like, actually we laughed at him a lot of the time, and I don't think he was supposed to be funny. Obviously he wasn't, but I watched the remake before the original, so I really didn't know what to expect. But yeah, he came off as just like he was trying to purposely play a weirdo. And I know there was a big thing, like how he spies on Marion through the hotel, like the cabins. And I know a lot of people are saying that Anne wasn't good looking enough to, you know, for him to kind of get that bond with. So, I mean, I felt that was kind of true. Julianne Moore and that Viggo guy, I mean, I guess they kind of just played along with what they were dealt, and I mean, they were just kind of like flat, kind of like didn't really do much, I guess. Yeah, and so both movies are exactly the same, scene for scene. I wasn't expecting that whatsoever. Usually, you know, when someone says they're going to remake a classic, the first thing you want to do is cringe, because there's nothing wrong with the classics usually. And you're worried about them changing things, and well, at least I do anyways, like too much. Like you don't want them to change the story or anything like that, but then again, same scene for scene for scene for scene. It's just like, I thought, like, you can't do that. That's like fraud or something. That's copying a movie already made. Like, there should be some differences. And I thought that was weird too. Like, the dialogue and the way they spoke in the original, like, fit that time. So when you take the way they spoke back then and put it in 1998, it just sounds odd and weird, and it just didn't fit whatsoever. So I thought that was awful, actually. Like a lot of it, yeah, it just sounded weird for the time setting. And yeah, so I mean, for me, and I guess for a lot of you, if not all of you, the original definitely came out on top on this one, and the remake was just awful. Like, I thought, after I watched the remake, the first thing I thought was like, okay, well, you got all these, you know, semi-great actors or whatever in this movie. They should have been able to do something with it. You know, I thought maybe it can't be that bad. But, oh, and then, so I thought, well, maybe if they remake the remake, maybe it wouldn't be so bad, you know, with today's, with just the stuff they can do today. And, you know, the actors have come a long way since then. So I thought maybe they could work with that, but I didn't realize it was scene for scene for scene and same dialogue and same just everything. I was just, yeah, you can't do that. That's awful. And let's just hope they don't do that ever again. So yeah, Alfred Hitchcock's Psycho wins it for me. Definitely see the original. Don't worry about the remake, because you're not gaining anything whatsoever. If anything, it's just an insult, I think, to the original. So that is it for me this week. Come back for Monday to Saturday with everybody else, and I will see you next Sunday. Thanks for watching.